Okay, hello and welcome to our discussion on the assignments that are in Module 3 or Week 3, ADMG 474. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to discuss your discussion question and then go over your individual assignment. So for your discussion question this week, it is similar to what you did in the previous week. You are going to be researching a current article within the last year that is related to project management and organizational capability. And it can be, it's a very broad topic. So please feel free to look at that and go big on that particular topic. And you will be doing a look at the author title, we always start off with the author and the title, and we start off with the date of the article, website, where you found the article. Be sure to provide a brief overview of the article. It's really important because your readers may not go out to the URL and actually read the article, so you need to provide them enough information so that they understand the relationship between the article and the topic. Why was it relevant to the topic? Do you agree or disagree with any of the aspects that were in the article? What do you find? What information might you find to be helpful to be an effective project manager? What did you learn from the article? Those are the talking points that you want to include in your initial discussion response. And then remember that your initial response is due on Thursday and your two peer responses are due no later than Sunday. Caveat, before you search for an article, be sure that you're not duplicating any articles that somebody else has already posted. If so, go find another article. It's that simple. Okay, so please be sure that we have a broad base of topics within our small discussion groups. Remember, we're talking small discussion groups. So if everybody posts the same article, not a lot to talk about, right? All right, so that's the rule. For your individual assignment, be sure to understand that at each module we have our project update. So let me go ahead and read over what our project update is for this individual assignment. So you met with the project sponsor, Mr. Scully, last week, and he shared a number of ideas he has for changing up this year's event. First, as the venue must be changed, he has made a number of suggestions for you to follow up on. Second, everyone raved about the string quartet that was used last year. So this year, Mr. Scully wants to use the same string quartet, but he wants it for dinner music only. And he was thinking about having a live band playing music from the big band era of the 40s. He feels this would be a great option and it would appeal to many donors. Although you have advised him that a live band and live music is going to cut into the budget, Mr. Scully has asked you to make this a priority. Finally, Mr. Scully has asked you to work with Pat to come up with a theme for the event that revolves around the Big Bang era, something of promise and hope. So what you need to do now is do some research on what is the big band era of the 1940s. Understand what that is and how you can develop a theme for the event around that. So we are going to start chartering our Black Tie Gala event project. We're going to start creating the charter this week and we're going to finish it next week because chapter 4 is a chapter that we're going to cover over 2 weeks, over 2 modules, okay? So the first thing that you're doing is to develop a theme for the event that aligns with Mr. Scully's thoughts. Research the era of the 1940s and the big band sound. Devise an appropriate theme for the event. Now, I have posted an announcement that gives you some ideas. Please don't just copy one of those. Do some research. Understand what the big band era is all about and the 40s so that we can pull together something, a theme. You're going to need a theme for this. And that theme is going to follow you throughout the rest of your rest of your project documentation. So you're going to then craft a scope of work and a business case for the Black Tie Gala event. In addition, you're going to draft your milestone schedule as per the examples in the textbook. Following the project charter examples on page 109 to 111, use the project charter template that's located in the course project module to create a project charter document. I'm going to show you what that looks like in a second. Insert your scope statement and your business case statements into the charter. Complete the milestone and deliverables table and complete the background information. That is all you are going to complete for this assignment. So you're going to stop at this point and leave the rest of the template blank, because next week we are going to finish the project charter with things like risks and assumptions and budgets and the rest of that. So this week we stop at background milestone schedule. All right, so your project charter is going to have the overview, business case, background, and milestone schedule. And again, you do need a project name and a date up here. So this is what the template looks like. Project charter template. You've got a project. That's where the name is going to be. And the project name should be the theme that you developed. You want a date for your document. And under scope overview, you want your overview of the scope of work. You want your business case and your background. You then want to come down to this chart and complete this milestone schedule and deliverables. So you've got your milestone, approximately when it needs to be completed, the stakeholder that will be judging the acceptance criteria. So you're going to define your acceptance criteria, and then who is going to determine that the acceptance criteria has been met. All right. So definitely take a look at the example that's in the textbook, but understand that that example may not completely apply to what we're trying to achieve, because the example in the textbook talks about a current state and future state. Our current state is, we're trying to plan this event, and the future state is event completed to some extent. And then along the way, what are the big activities that we are going to complete that will define and make that happen? All right, here's our rubric. So 12 points, total of 50 points for this assignment, 12 dedicated to the scope statement, 12 to the business case, 12 to the background, 14 to the milestone schedule and deliverables, which means I put a lot of emphasis on your ability to be able to look at what needs to be done now. And please go back and look at the project information that module of project information that was out there, because I define in the overview of the project some of the things that you're going to need to do, and it's a high level of what are some of the things you need to do to kick off to make this event happen. So you really want to think about what it is that needs to be done, high level, not detailed, not individual tasks, but project managers need to be able to have some kind of vision at a high level of what that project is going to be early on. All right. Don't forget you have a quiz that's due on Sunday of this module, and that quiz will cover the entire chapter. Even though the reading says you can stop halfway through the chapter, you want to make sure that the quiz you have what you need for the whole chapter. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I hope you enjoy this